Welcome to the unexplored frontier of our planet, the Mariana Trench. A place where the ocean plunges to its greatest depths and where mysteries abound. Our story begins in the late 19th century. In 1875, the HMS Challenger, a British Royal Navy ship, embarked on a pioneering scientific expedition to study the world's oceans. This groundbreaking voyage, known as the Challenger Expedition, aimed to map the depths of the oceans and uncover the mysteries beneath. As the HMS Challenger sailed across the Pacific Ocean, the crew used a simple yet effective method to measure ocean depths. They lowered weighted ropes into the water, recording the depth where the rope hit the ocean floor. Near the Mariana Islands, they made a remarkable discovery, a deep, dark chasm unlike anything they had encountered before. They recorded a depth of over 8,000 meters, marking the first known measurement of what would become the Mariana Trench. As the crew lowered their weighted rope into the dark, endless abyss, there was a palpable sense of anticipation. As the rope descended, the crew watched in awe as the measurements exceeded anything they had ever encountered. Their initial calculations suggested depths of over 8,000 meters, far deeper than any previous oceanic measurement. Owing to their disbelief, they didn't just take one measurement. They lowered the weighted rope multiple times in the same area to ensure consistency and accuracy in their depth recordings. They calibrated the equipment multiple times to make sure it provided accurate readings. This involved checking the weights, ropes, and any other instruments used during their expedition. Little did they know that the moment is going to mark the discovery of Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is located in the western Pacific Ocean, to the east of the Philippines and south of Japan. The trench stretches for more than 1,580 miles in a crescent shape and has a mean width of about 43 miles. As technology advanced, subsequent expeditions, like the HMS Challenger II in 1951, used more sophisticated methods like echo sounding to confirm the depths first measured by the original Challenger expedition. This time they reached a depth of nearly 11,000 meters, that's deeper than the Mount Everest peak. If you tend to drop a 1-pound stone in the trench, it could take around 3 hours to reach the bottom. If you tend to drop a toothpaste tube in the trench, the crushing pressure would likely force the toothpaste out, and the tube might not survive the journey to those depths in one piece. Millions of years ago, the trench is formed at the boundary between the Pacific Plate and the Mariana Plate. The Pacific Plate is an oceanic plate that is being pushed and pulled beneath the smaller Mariana Plate in a process known as subduction. As the Pacific Plate moves towards the Mariana Plate, it bends and starts to dive into the Earth's mantle. This downward movement creates a deep, V-shaped valley on the ocean floor, which is the Mariana Trench. At the depth of the Mariana Trench, the pressure is about 1,086 bars, 15,750 psi. In comparison, the pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench is equivalent to the pressure exerted by the weight of 100 African adult elephants on a human-sized area. Sunlight does not reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Light diminishes significantly at the twilight zone, which ranges to about 1,000 meters. Anything beyond this is pitch dark, with no sunlight penetration. Due to the absence of sunlight, the temperature in the Mariana Trench is remarkably cold, ranging from 1 degree Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius. There are hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor that emit superheated water filled with minerals and chemicals. When the hot water meets the cold deep sea water, it creates black plumes that look like smoke. These plumes are rich in minerals like sulfides, supporting life forms that rely on chemosynthesis instead of photosynthesis. The minerals and chemicals emitted from these vents provide the energy needed for these organisms to thrive in such extreme conditions. Despite the harsh conditions, the trench is also home to unique life forms, including giant tube worms found near hydrothermal vents in the Mariana Trench. Discovered in 2017, the snailfish is the deepest living fish ever recorded, found at depths of around 8,000 meters. These fish are translucent and feed on tiny crustaceans and shrimp. And there are Dumbo octopuses which have a distinctive look with their large, ear-like fins that they use to swim, named after Disney's character Dumbo the elephant. Other rare creatures like spoonworms, zombie worms, and deep-sea dragonfish were also found in the trench. These organisms have developed unique adaptations to survive in the harsh conditions of the trench, such as piezolites in their cells to prevent protein distortion and bioluminescence to attract prey or mates in the darkness. In September 2023, researchers from China have discovered a new virus at a depth of 8,900 meters of the Mariana Trench. The researchers plan to continue exploring the Mariana Trench to find more mysterious viruses. Many modern explorations use remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, to study the trench. Few at times specialized submersibles were used for exploration. As of mid-2022, 27 people have traveled to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The first two were Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh in 1960, followed by James Cameron in 2012. The first craft to reach the trench was the bathyscaphe Trieste in 1960, crewed by U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh and Swiss scientist Jacques Piccard. On January 23, 1960, the Trieste began its descent into the Challenger Deep. The descent took about 4 hours and 47 minutes. When they reached the ocean floor, the visibility was extremely limited due to the fine silt stirred up by the bathyscaphe's landing. This silt clouded the view, making it difficult to observe the surroundings clearly. Despite the extreme conditions, Piccard and Walsh reported seeing small organisms, which appeared to be some type of flatfish or shrimp. This was a significant observation, as it suggested that life could exist even at such extreme depths. The crew spent about 20 minutes at the bottom before beginning their ascent. The vessel was successfully recovered, and the crew returned back alive. The observation of life at such depths challenged existing assumptions and inspired further research into deep-sea ecosystems. In 2012, Canadian filmmaker James Cameron piloted the Deep-Sea Challenger to the bottom of the Challenger Deep, reaching a depth of 10,994 meters. James Cameron aimed to contribute to scientific knowledge by collecting data, samples, and high-definition footage from the deepest part of the ocean. The Deep-Sea Challenger is a remarkable submersible designed by Cameron to reach the deepest part of the ocean. His submersible was equipped with advanced scientific instruments, including high-definition 3D cameras, a sediment sampler, and a robotic claw. Cameron's descent to the Challenger Deep took about 2 hours and 36 minutes. ET about 3 hours on the ocean floor, collecting samples and documenting the environment. He discovered 68 new organisms. The ascent took about 70 minutes, faster than expected. Cameron's submersible was spotted by a helicopter and later retrieved by a research ship. Cameron is the only person to have completed a solo dive to the Challenger Deep. In 2019, an American explorer, Vescovo, has made multiple dives to the Challenger Deep, including the deepest manned descent in history. In the same year, John Ramsey, a marine scientist, participated in a dive to the central pool of the Challenger Deep. In 2020, Catherine D. Sullivan and Vanessa O'Brien became the first women to reach the bottom of the trench. In the same year, Kelly Walsh, the son of Don Walsh, became the first father-son duo to reach the bottom of the trench. Scientific explorations often involved unmanned vehicles due to the extreme challenges and costs associated with deep-sea exploration. Deep-sea exploration is expensive and logistically complex. Funding and resources for such missions are limited. Despite these challenges, the Mariana Trench continues to be a site of scientific interest and exploration, with ongoing research and discoveries being made. Researchers expect to discover more unique and previously unknown species, and ongoing research will continue to uncover its secrets. The Mariana Trench remains a fascinating, but largely inaccessible place for most of us. But who knows what the future holds? Advances in technology might one day open up the depths of the ocean to more explorers. Until then, we can continue to marvel at this mysterious part of our planet through documentaries and scientific discoveries.